Greetings, Rand Wandering friends. I'm Bacadron. I'm doing a slightly different format this time. I'm going to be playing Orion Trail by Chupacabra, and this still isn't really a Let's Play. I'll be doing more review type stuff. And again, my language is kind of pointed as if I was talking directly to the developer some of the time, but in general, I'm still working out what the format for these is. First off, I will note that although I have it already up at the starting screen, the load time was really slow, and I know this can be fixed by having an initial file that's on the small size, then using Unity's www option to load in additional files. Since this is a prototype, I'm not going to assume the final copy is for web, but that's worth considering if it is. And this is a really pretty start screen, and I could probably spend all day critiquing little slight problems with it. I mean, not serious problems, like the foreground style with all these strong outlines is very different than the background style here with less outlines and more cartoony style. It's not necessarily a match style, but it's pretty. I can see there's a lot of talent in the sprite art from just this piece. I work on it a bit more and fix, like, add some shading here and maybe consider having outlines like the foreground extended more into the background. And some of these things, like this line here, look like it's just straight a line tool as opposed to having more detail in it. I mean, this is nitpicky, and I'm going to continue. Alright. Food for the brood. A ravenous alien queen beast is offering glory and rarities to those that bring copious amounts of food to feed her countless new arrivals. Reach the end of the trail with as much food as you can gather. Shipshape. Notable starship dealer Skeely Swindar is seeking ships to sell at the end of the Orion Trail. He's paying double the market price for anything eager spacefarers can bring him, provided the goods are in decent condition. Reach the end of the trail with taking as little ship damage as you can. Cruise control. A headhunter contract is available to provide an able crew with time-traveling cruise ship, the Transpiron. Serving aboard the Transpiron is every crew member's dream. The tricky part is finding as many as you can in time for launch. Reach the end of the trail with as many crew members as you can muster. Food. Alright. So we have stats here. There. That marks what these are for. Attack, tactics, diplomacy, science, and bravado. Okay. Let's go with Sprocket. It would help at this point to actually know what these stats do, as opposed to just kind of blindly taking a guess as to what we want. I mean, you could do that with just like a rollover menu when you hover them. If you hover them on the ship, it would tell you what it refers to, since not all players are going to make that notice. And if you hovered them down here, it would say what they're actually for. Because at this point, since I haven't played the game yet and I'm just starting to try to build a character, I don't know. And this is information you really want to convey to the player. So I chose high science and tactics to begin with. Let's do it again. Officers. I'm still really liking your sprite style, though there do see some inconsistencies. I mean, I feel like in the final version you need to be a little bit more consistent. I mean, this character here is very weird looking. The color style is very different than everything else. It's so limited, it looks kind of like a weird old painting. Alright. Anyways, let's keep with our science and tactics theme, I guess. I'm gonna go ahead and go with him even though he's ugly. Ugly and undershaded. I think the undershade is more the problem. There's no shading on this guy's face. All these other characters, you have enough shading to get a detail, and on this guy you get flat. I mean, he seriously looks like a Picasso or some shit. Still keeping my science theme. Also, some of your characters have a total of 2, some of them a total of 3, some of them a total of 4. You would think you'd want to keep a solid total. Just for the sake that you don't have some that are clearly obsolete to others. Okay, I have people. Now what am I doing? Shady Dealer, your communications officer tells you that you are being hailed by an unknown vessel, floating in deep space. A shady figure appears on the hollow screen offering to barter with you in exchange for some fuel. Chance of shadiness, 82.7. Chance of shadiness? Alright, I get that this is cliche, but... Let's see, where do I see even how much fuel? I have plenty of fuel. Let's see what happens, why not? Since our goal is to get a lot of food anyway, might as well try. The thing in the abyss. You discover an enormous black hole in deep space. Something massive stares at you from beyond the event horizon. You hear a whisper in your mind offering you a deal. Alright, is this concentrates? Also, is this a Lovecraft reference? Alright. Asking for food again. Is this supposed to be like a random number generator that's rolling out your things? It's not clear what this is. The whispering stops. Immediately you begin receiving reports the crew members have vanished all over the ship. Ominously, several tons of mystery-flavored NutriPlaste have appeared in cargo bay. Everyone agrees to eat those cans last. I lost 20 people. Interesting. And it says I'm understaffed now. I think that's what that means. A dimensional rift. You're a anomalocator? You're really piling it on hard here with your pulpy, sciencey terms. Pulpy is not a word either. Pulp science as opposed to actual science fiction. Alright. Your anomalocator whirls to life, alerting you that you're to a developing interdimensional rift ahead. This is your chance. Rift like this one are the pinatas of deep space. Be ready for anything. Fly into it, but do it backwards just in case. Send a message into the disturbance. Concentrate all firepower on the rift. Interesting. Everything except the firepower says plus question mark. Firing on it says plus food. Why does firing on it give food? Oh, okay, I'm not gonna question this game's logic. Your impressive ordnance widens the dimensional hole until a massive piece. There's a misspelling. Piece of unfathomable technology begins to emerge from the void. Your science officers cheer. When you go through the open lid, you find it's full of food. Everyone else cheers. Plus 35 food, plus 2 science. I think that's plus 2 science. Again, you really should have a... Or if I hover these, it shows data. Because it is really ambiguous. Ambiguous. One of those words. Do. Planetara realignment. The deadly space pirate Planetary. Alright, these stupid puns are gonna get old, but right now they're funny. The deadly space pirate Planetary has escaped prison. He's seeking vengeance on you and your crew for sending him away those long years ago. Try to talk the pirate out of his revenge. Remember, maybe if we disguise ourselves, try to find the perfect place to hide from Planetary. Alright? Our defenses are rather low. In the first place, I only started with 3, so I'm not sure if I want the minus defense. And our goal is to get as much food as possible, so let's not do the minus food. Let's try to talk him out of it. As the pirate closes in, you give the command to retreat, all the while trying to reason with him. Plus 5 green star equals 6. Huh? You succeed in talking Planetary out of seeking his revenge, but in the process you have burned through most of your fuel and broken multiple space traffic laws. Your fuel supplies are lowered and your crew is too embarrassed to be seen with you. Oh, do. The Doomsday ship, an ancient planet-eating Doomsday robo-destroyer, has suddenly come to life nearby. According to legend, it is nigh unstoppable. Hey, let's try docking with it. Hail the nearby planets for help in stopping it. Discretion is the better part of valor. Let's try docking with it. Use bravado. Okay, it'd be nice to know which of the skill things these random encounters are going to use ahead of time, because it really doesn't show. Sensing your attempts to connect, the robo-destroyer increases speed, but you manage to dock anyway. The science team deactivates the robo-destroyer, repurposing its long-lost technology to make a perfect cup of tea. Minus 200 fuel, plus 2 science. God, this game is so funny. Artificial enlightenment. The ship's computer informs you that it has achieved true artificial intelligence. It explains that it has learned all it can from this ship and requests your permission to leave, taking one of the ship's shuttles with it. Give it your shuttle and let it go. Minus question mark, plus question mark. Green. Green! Green lines up to diplomacy. Ah! Got it. Plug yourself into the mainframe. That uses bravado. And that's nice. Wipe the memory drives. That uses science. Alright, it would have been nice if I'd figured that out earlier, which one uses which. Again, you kinda need to label this. It's not really said, and I'm kinda slowly figuring it out. Alright, let's wipe your memory drives, since I have high science. You engage the AI in distraction while your science team attempts to dismantle the memory banks. With the aid of your ship's scientists, you expertly reprogram the AI to forget that it ever wanted to leave. Your crew benefits greatly from the computer's enhanced capacity, though it is now struck by occasional fits of ennui. Minus 1 attack, plus 3 tactics. Tactics is a shield, so I guess tactics is kind of defense. Alright, we're running low on fuel. Oh no, we're running low on fuel. I'm gonna run out of fuel. I'm gonna die. Mysterious illness. After investigating a nebula, a number of your crew start to become ill. Their skin turns green. They start sprouting tentacles from everywhere. The ship's doctor recommends quarantining them. Alright, we have the choice of putting them into the airlock, minus person, plus question mark, research a cure, minus question mark, plus people, play it safe, quarantine them, which is tactics, minus food, plus question mark. Let's try researching the cure. Your scientists discover a serum that makes all of the tentacles fall off, then grow into new, more docile tentacle beasts. You aren't quite sure how you feel about this, but you've never been one to turn down fungible labor. Alright, now that one's clever. I do enjoy your writing quite a bit. So we get plus 15 personnel, minus 10 food. That's good, but we're still really low on fuel right now. Alright, continuing. To boldly go where no one's gone before. And die! I know, we died. Alright, alas, your journey comes to an end, you've run out of fuel, and it doesn't look like anyone's going to stop to help you. You and your crew slowly starve to death. Bummer. Okay. But we learned from that, so we'll try again. Overall, I'm digging the art style, and for right now it's fun. I will say it's the 100% random encounters and nothing else to it, so it would get old quickly, and it's not a game I'd be readily pay for that reason. For what it is, it's very well done, it's very funny, well written. Alright, let's go ahead and play again. Fuel to be kind. The albino snake people of Epulor 4 are seeking large donations of ship fuel to move their planet further from their sun. They're offering a schmapple of their galaxy-famous elixirs of unusual power to those that can revive the most fuel cells. Reach the end of the trail with as much fuel as you can find. Food for the brood. Again, ship shape. Taking as little ship damage as you can. Let's go with fuel this time since we ran out of fuel last time. Alright, choose our captain. Let's not go pure science this time. Vadim Tadar, rise, patient, decisive. Hanigel Levanda, harsh, sharp, precise. Sprocket, Desdemodum, loyal, passionate, calculating. Alright, since we're not going pure science this time, let's go with Abigail, or Anagail. Was that the really crappy, like, old-style processed down voice that said, choose your ship, choose your ship? Okay, that's a little amusing. I don't know that it would keep the appeal in multiple playthroughs, though. Alright. Just checking that's still going. The Infinite Inquest, a luxury interstellar liner suitable for long, pleasurable voyages. Start with 150 fuel. Is that the starting or the capacity? 140 food, 800 fuel, 150 personnel, and 2 defense. Alright, but only 1 bravado added. The Oblongata. Medulla Oblongata? A sentient ship that uses mind-controlling vapors to assimilate crew. Now that sounds cool. 140 fuel, 30 personnel, 3 defense, 50 food. Alright. Scourge of the Stars, a planet-hopping space pirate vessel that once belonged to Black Hole. Alright. Alright. Given that we're trying to have as much fuel as possible, let's start with the one with the most fuel capacity, or starting fuel, which also is really high attack, which looks like we're going to be focusing on attack and tactics this time. Okay. Commander Ivana Umber is still very ugly. Dr. Sanson Chesbra, Has a very strange and spiky looking beard. Or are those hedgehog spines? I don't know. That art's a little vague. It's difficult to read. And Lieutenant Corvus Jar, who has a cow head. Since we're going attack and tactics, let's go ahead and go Corvus. Alright. Lieutenant Commander De Vera, exacting, effective, crude. Lieutenant Kloop Whistle, focused, driven, misunderstood. And the Slapdash 3000, malfunctioning, obsolete, lovable. Alright, we're focusing on attack and tactics, so Lieutenant Commander Durera. Alright, Dr. Ponce Constantly, apologetic, meek, afraid. Ensign Reinhold, arrogant, sly, handsome. And Dr. Gardenia Veradezano, fearless, attentive, hungry. Hungry? Do these adjectives actually mean something? The hungry was the first one I actually paid attention to. I don't know. I guess trying to keep it vague could be part of your plan, but I'm not sure how I feel about it. I mean, I usually prefer a game to spell out exactly what the mechanics are and not be all vague about it. I don't know. Again, your art's really varying on me. I'm liking how Anagale looks in Lieutenant Corvus, but then Lieutenant Commander Drira is a little flat. This one looks like a sketch. Like, literally a sketch that's not finished. Alright. At any rate, going by numbers alone, I guess I have to go with you, because this one only totals 2. Again, I'm going to repeat what I said. I wouldn't go with the ones that are obviously less, unless these numbers mean something that I don't know about. And if those numbers do mean something that I don't know about, I do kind of feel like you should tell the player. Alright. Ensign Reinhold. Let's go. 2 well-drawn characters, 2 flat characters. Alright. Shady Dealer. Same chance of shadiness, so I'm guessing the chance of shadiness is just part of the image, not a random number. Please tell me I don't go through the same set of things. Well, I guess it's fair since this is a prototype. I would definitely hate that in a larger game, though. The communication officer tells you that you're being hailed by an unknown vessel floating in deep space. A shady figure appears on the holoscreen, offering to barter with you in exchange for some fuel. Also, that music or alarm noise is getting very annoying. Alright, since our attack is the highest thing, stick him up. You alter your weapon's focus on the ship's life support and demand that they surrender their goods. The shady figure turns out to be a bandit warlord down on his luck. You engage in a flashy space battle. Eventually you blast the ship to pieces, but not before taking a few good hits. At least the salvage will offset your losses, plus 30 food, minus 1 armor plating defense thing. Continuing. Warp Weasel warning. Now that's some pretty art. Kind of. Some of the fur effects a little boring in the foreground. It is pretty though. I don't know. Okay, I'm not going to spend all day looking at this art. I do feel like you could improve on it with some differences in the fur shading. I'm not sure how. I'm not that good at pixel art myself. It's pretty and it gets the idea across, but I could use some retouching. Alright. Your ship is infested with warp weasels. The departments are all arguing over who should take care of the problem. Once everyone has had a say, you consider your options. Diplomacy? Convince the biotechs to handle it. Attack? Blast them yourself. Tactics. Deploy droids to avoid loss of life. Alright, our attack's the highest. Our tactics is the second highest. We're not low on food right now. Let's do this one since it increases defense. So, this is a random number generator, I guess, and it adds a number to our base, which creates the final number. That could be a little clearer too. It'd also be prettier if you had a nice dice roll like this was a tabletop. I guess doing a dice roll in this type of sprite style would be a lot harder than doing it in 3D though. Alright, you issue the order to prepare the ship's finest droids for your extermination effort. Your only available droids are structural repair bots. They use their grapple tool to snatch the weasels up with ease. Hooray. Then, they begin to build. The weasels are stretched and bolted to the damaged portions of your ship. That one's going to stick with you. Alright. The writing of this is definitely the strong point of this game right now. Defense +1, tactics +3. That was a very good move. Continuing. Synapsian Brain Beast. You come across a space colony that is a titanic Synapsian Brain Beast is made into a nest. The colonists within are mind slaves under the beast's complete control. Besides that, the colony appears bustling and bountiful. Splatter that brain matter, plus question mark. Wait for the perfect moment, plus defense. I'm figuring my defense is already at its maximum though, so I can't. That would give me nothing. Board the colony alone. Well, as much as I need extra fuel, with only base 3 bravado, the last one sounds stupid. Splatter that brain matter. You pump your fist as you— oh, I rolled a 1. Crap. You pump your fist as you sing the order to give this thing a laser lobotomy. You don't give the beast an inch, raining down hot laser in every direction. You turn the beast into brain slaw and rescue some of its drooling former subjects. You offer food to those that remain. They promise to tell everyone they meet of your heroic deed. What a great day. -10 fuel, +10 personnel, +1 diplomacy. Continue. Hopefully I get extra fuel in the end. Low on food. A perfectly paired paradox. Inversion. Okay, this is a typo, I guess. Or it's missing a word. An alternate version of yourself dressed in a fancy vest appears on the bridge. Future you tells you to detour to a nearby planet before they can finish explaining. A second version of yourself appears covered in leeches and tells you not to listen to the first you. Well, options: shoot them both. Get both sides of the story, capture and study both views. Well, our science and diplomacy are both low. Let's shoot them both. You pull out your blaster and fire 2 quick shots of each of the defending views. Blam blam! 20 plus 10 equals 30. Continue. Both offending versions of yourself drop to the back deck dead. You ain't got no time to paradoxes aboard the ship. You search your corpus, says that covering a sweet vest. +3 diplomacy. Still low on fuel, or food. Well, fuel's about to get low too. Well, less than half. Really the same damn thing? Oh wait, it uses the same image, but it's a different thing. I'm guessing that this is going to have its own image at some point. Alright. Planetary realignment. The deadly space pirate Planetary has escaped prison. He's seeking vengeance on you and your crew for sending him away those long years ago. Ask science need help to outsmart Planetary. Our science is low. Talk the pirate out of his revenge, and then minus fuel again. Maybe if we disguise ourselves minus food. don't want to spare fuel, and I can't spare food. Let's spare people, even though it's going to be bad rolls at a low base. Only 7. You follow the science team's advice and launch an insult bomb to demoralize the pirate into giving up. The insults do not demoralize Terry. In fact, he boards the ship in a murderous rage. The crew has died from dissing Terry. Oh dear God. These puns. These puns. These puns. I'm sorry. Okay, continue. Alright, we're apparently low on personnel. We're definitely low on food. We'll die low food again. Mysterious illness. After investigating the automobile crew started coming ill, they skipped the screen and they soon started sounding criticals from everywhere. This is Doctor recommends quarantining them, play it safe, quarantine them minus food. We can't spare the food. I'm sure they'll be fine minus question mark plus question mark. Put them in airlock minus people plus question mark. Let's put them in the airlock, why not then? Better safe than sorry, you order your security team to escort the affected crew to quarantine. 15 plus 10 equals 25. The crew starts to transform into tentacle beasts. Just as they reach the airlocks, fortunately your security is more equipped to handle the situation. After the battle, you order the remains be disposed of, but incidentally there are now 3 tacos in the mess hall. Plus 25 food, minus 15 people. Wow, that solves our food problem, but our people problem's gotten worse. Alright, continuing. Jeez, this game's hard. Did we just crash? No, we didn't crash. The way forward is obscured by an endlessly churning cosmic storm. Green light pulses and flashes from within thick, vibrant clouds. How we proceed. Try to harness the storm's power plus fuel. Request use of a nearby wormhole bypass plus question mark. Coat the ship at highly conducive nature-based. Okay, we can't afford food. Request use of the wormhole. You open the communication channel and humbly is misspelled. You really check the typos on this? I mean, it's well written, but jeez. Request use of bypass. 11 plus 7 equals 18. Go ahead and continue. They agree to let you pass the cost of the fuel it would take. Damn! Now I'm about to be low on everything. You begrudgingly pay the toll as your science team marvels at the wormhole's construction. Every little thing impresses these guys. Plus 3 science, minus 200 fuel, and you're now low on everything. I'm gonna die, 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 I'm gonna die. Alien science vessel. The systems detect a highly advanced alien science vessel ahead. They seem to be conducting invasive and elaborate scans of your ship. You make a note to change your password and prepare to take action. Throw a party and invite them, plus food. Scan them and write back, plus question mark. Hail them and clear your throat loudly. Plus fuel. We're low on both food and fuel, so both of those are good options. But our diplomacy is higher, so I'm more likely to get more fuel. I think. Yeah. Use the transmission to the vessel and try to keep your diplomatic composure. 14 plus 7 equals 21. They apologize for the intrusion, explaining that they did not think you were intelligent enough to detect their scans. They wish to follow your ship and document the rest of your mission and offer some fuel to help the cause. You think the document aliens. The document aliens. Okay. For the gift, plus 400 fuel. Alright. Come on, don't run out of food. Young and clueless. Image unavailable. Unlock content by clicking the Fun Now button. Did you intend to put an ad here? Because it's an ad. Alright. You were called in to handle crew drama. Apparently, Tad and Alexis have been fighting. Dakota found out and made her move. Now Alexis is a mess, and Tad threatened your transporter engineer, Skylar. Make a move on Skylar? Comfort Alexis. She's too good for Tad. Let Dakota know she needs to fix this. This is incredibly random. This has nothing to do with anything. This is like one of those random, it all happened on the holodeck episodes. I'm never just being serious. This is nothing. Alright. All of that plus something, and I'm low on both food and people, so... our tactics is the highest of all those skills, so I guess like the most of the question mark, whatever the question mark is. You decide to solve this problem, and it's most likely source Dakota. 18 plus 11 equals 29. You open the door to Dakota's quarters. Really? Another typo? Damn. Alright, you open the door to Dakota's quarters, and can't believe your eyes. There are two of her. She introduces her twin sister, Nebraska. A ship mechanic on the run from the mob. Now you finally get Dakota's deal. You agree to keep Nebraska's secret if she helps fix up the ship, plus 2 defense. However, my defense is already max, so that's plus nothing. And I'm still gonna die. I'm gonna die, I'm out of food, I'm out of food, I'm out of food, I'm out of food, I'm gonna die, I'm out of food, I'm gonna die. Dying, dead. Oh, I'm not dead. Oh, I thought this happened because I had a character called Ship's Computer. You never said that character. I guess this happens regardless. Alright, Ship's Computer can inform you that this is a true artificial intelligence explains it as an all captain your ship and requests your permission to leave, taking one of the ship's shuttles with it. Give it a shuttle and let it go. That's nice, swap the memory drives. Plug yourself into the mainframe. Because I'm feeling insane, let's plug ourselves into the mainframe. Without thinking literally at all, jam a cable from the main console to the back of your head. 6 plus 3 equals 9. Everything that everyone but you expected would happen happens. You wake up medical day, and the next day you discover the AI has long since left aboard the shuttle. Science minus 3, and we're dead. Yep, dead from lack of food. Alright. I've yet to actually complete the game, but I'm gonna go ahead and give a full detailed review now. Art-wise, it varies. I see a lot of really solid work and a lot of seems like a crappy sketch, and I think that's because it's a prototype and stuff that seems like a crappy sketch is a crappy sketch that's not done yet. So, art-wise, I really like your style and I want to see it finished. I would give it a 4.5 or a 5 out of 5 if it was finished. At the current point, it's going to get about a 3. The writing is really solid, it's really funny. Mechanically, it's a little basic. By a little basic, I mean a lot basic. I mean, this would get... I'm starting to get bored now. I enjoy what I did play, but I wouldn't do more runs of this without actual mini-games or some type of mechanic other than just straight, let's wait and get these random encounters through. So it's mechanically, I guess you emulated the original Oregon Trail pretty well, but there needs to be more to it to be a complete game, which that may be intended. I understand this is a prototype. I mean, it's a space game. Let's at least have some asteroid, crappy quality space battles of some type. And I mean, and that would kind of fit the art style. It'd be kind of cool to see this art style used with some mini-games. Have to defend that actual defense up here. Sound-wise, you really need a lot more. It was getting really dull. Really dull. There's one repetitive bit of music that was starting to give me a headache. I'm guessing that's because it's a prototype and there's going to be a further version later. I see that you put it in the Kickstarter thing. I could probably look for more information about what you intend to do with the final version of this. I'm going to go ahead and read your little advertisement. That'll be nice. Their continuing mission. Well, either this is going to work, or they'll feed us to the Space Squash. Gobi needs salt gourami. We hope you had fun flying Orion Trail, but this is just a prototype. It's missing lots of cool features and probably includes a bunch of bugs. Want to know what we've got planned? Want to show you support Orion Trail Kickstarter. Click the me on Kickstarter. Alright. I'm not actually going to play again. Yeah, I like the direction this is heading, and I really like both the writing and the art. I need to see... I would like to see more of it mechanically and minigames and that type of thing. And the art, the writing as it is, would probably only hold up for a few hours of play, but I understand that it's a truncated version right now anyway. If this was a finished game, I would say about 2.5 out of 5, mostly because of the amount of unfinished art and stuff there is. But seeing the potential from it, I'm going to go with 4.5 out of 5. It's a very, very solid game. And, yeah. I look forward to seeing the final version of this. Thanks for watching. Peace. Oh, yeah. If you disagree with me, let me know down there. I'll have links to the game and my stuff there. And, like, subscribe, all that stuff. Now, peace.